So my first question to everyone about the show is going to be about the dicks.
Let's launch right in. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get physical.
Starting strong.
Let's talk about the dicks up front. You're right.
Am I supposed to look away?
You'll get used to it.
Well, for me, it was very real. The actor that played the David, Nate, is also a travel nurse. He goes to ERs. I mean, it was just like, it was like, you're kidding me. With dates.
He's a nurse. The guy who plays the David model is a nurse.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And even though it was a prosthetic, the makeup department does such an incredible job of making you believe that it's real, right? That it was really hard. I mean, we lost ourselves in it. And I mean, there wasn't much acting to it. Like, you know, I had to like bend down and pick up a robe really close to it. It's like, you know, the reactions were natural. It was alarming. It really woke you up, you know?
And also, like, for me, you know, when we talk about that, penis montage in the first episode, there's just like a succession of penis just flying at you over and over again.
One of them is doing that motion.
And literally that. So you do get a little like, whoa, what is going on? What is my life today, you know?
Yeah.
But for me, after like the second or third, like it just became another body part. Like it was so normalized. And like for Richie, who's like, this is his job. He does this on the reg. So like he is very comfortable around it. I weirdly got comfortable like really quickly. I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Like, I guess if this is your everyday, this is nothing for you. This is just another appendage on your body.
I'm one of those immature people that think penises are funny. And I thought that whole sequence was really funny. You know, seeing guys flopping around their penises, being either proud or a little ashamed, the whole thing, you know, really tapped into my inner immaturity, and I thought it was hilarious. When I watched the cut of it, I was hard laughing at it. I think it's great.
And I just, the way they kind of, our reactions to everything, and
it's funny.
It's funny. I thought the approach to it was brilliant. It was just kind of like body positivity, and that's kind of, you know, we're opening the show with putting it front and center to kind of immerse you into that world and put you where Joyce will be, which is kind of like, you know, a rabbit in the dick lights, just to really make sure she's, you know, confronted with something that she's completely unfamiliar with, which is what we want to happen to the audience.
This show showed so many different types of body types, and I think that that's really fun about it is that you get to see all of these different forms, and they wind up just being celebrated, that's what makes this show different when it comes to the nudity.
Totally. And we had intimacy coordinators who were always there to like ready with a robe as soon as they yelled cut. And so we'd put on masks and they'd put on robes. Right. So that was interesting. Also, they were wearing prosthetics. Mm-hmm. And so it almost was like, it was almost like they're wearing like old face makeup or something. Like it wasn't, it didn't feel like we were like actually looking at them. Right. It never felt icky. Like ever. And obviously all of sexuality is treated in such like a caring way in this show. And so they're never the butt of the jokes.
Right.
The prosthetics are not my favorite thing to do because the prosthetics they're expensive, they're annoying, they take hours to apply, it's not comfortable for the actor. In certain situations, penises are delicate, so like you don't want them changing size from shot to shot. If you're going to be on one person a lot, you don't want to ruin the continuity of the thing. So, I mean, it's annoying. They're annoying. Like you have to keep it warm if you want them not to shrink up. Like it's a whole thing. So for the centerfold shoots, we did have to use prosthetics. For the montage that you saw in the pilot and that shower scene in 104 and all that stuff, those are not prosthetics. Those are real, all-American penises.
If you had to come up with a feminist magazine right now, what would you call it, and what would the centerfold be?
Ooh, good question.
Jake would be the centerfold.
She's a huge New Girl fan. I know what mine would be called.
Wet pussy something. You talked about
No, you animal. My title would be Minx.
No, you can't steal the same one.
Why can't I?
No.
Great answer.
You can't steal Minx.
That's really tough, especially because the name Minx is so good. I love the name Minx, although it wouldn't have the same meaning today in a way. So today I feel like I wonder, like, is it a topic, like, could it be a coffee table book where it's like we're really just talking about the feminist articles in here and the pictures of naked men are they just happen to be in there? Or is it something that is supposed to be used to sort of sexualize the men and create a pleasurable erotic experience for the women? I think depending on the context or what the intention is, the centerfold would be different.
Maybe my feminist magazine would be called Pretty Funny, and it would just be interviewing hilarious, smart women and talking about how, like, their experiences, like, growing up in the comedy scene. And then maybe the centerfold, maybe it's like a video magazine.
Oh, I love
it. It's just men having to learn TikTok dances. Just...
I'm gonna call mine, Let's Talk About It.
Ooh, yes.
Which is just like honest conversations with women sharing their experience and trying to take the shame out of the equation, the shame, guilt, and just talk about real women's experiences, because I find sometimes we as women go through, whatever it is that we're going through alone, and anytime I talk to a girlfriend about it or a random person at Target, I find that I'm not alone and that a lot of people are feeling the same way that I'm feeling. And if I can just connect and reach out, and obviously if anyone reached out to me, I would immediately reciprocate, so let's talk about it.
Let's talk. I love that. That's great. If I had to start a feminist magazine, I'm going to go real. This is a nod to an actual radical lesbian feminist movement in the 70s called the Lavender Menace. That's what I would do.
And it's such a good answer.
Thrilling. This is thrilling.
Because it had, to me, that name is so perfect because it's the lavender, gives it that soft and subtle touch, but menace. Right. It's like, no, we're here. You know what I mean? We might look demure to the male gaze and soft and supple to the male gaze, but do not count us out. We are here and we are mad. So that would be my slant for
We're here to mess things up.
Yeah, exactly. Disrupt the patriarchy, if you will.